And there was always a fucking kid who she'd like. It would get to her turn and she fucking zoned out and missed it. It's like, we had a fucking flow here,
or
man.
just fucking sucks at reading. And
Yeah.
you're like, come on, we got a fucking production going here.
Yeah.
Pick it up, Janice.
Brunch.
Hit it, boys.
Hockey season is back, and Pete, how old do you think Justin Bieber is?
Justin Bieber, 23?
He's 23. I was reading this story because it's Monday and people are fucking wigging out over Justin Bieber, and it said the 23-year-old Love Yourself singer shocked fans when and I was like, 23, that makes sense, but for some reason it kind of startles me.
Why?
I don't know. I just
or
assumed
younger?
he was like 26 now.
I feel like he's no, because he came on the scene when he was like 14, 15. He's been around. He's been through some shit.
Yeah, like mathematically it makes sense, but I think it's kind of the Louis C.K. thing where he was like, I was like 30 when Britney Spears was 16, and now we're both 45. Right?
Right. That's a good joke by Louis C.K.
Speaking
right
of which, I watched a Celebrity Jeopardy thing that Louis C.K. was on. He was on Celebrity Jeopardy.
Yeah.
And I knew it going in. He cleaned up. He won.
Yeah, he's very smart.
Yeah, and it was one of those things. I was actually talking about Jeopardy with some people the other day. If I can get one answer right in a category, I can get the entire category. I don't think there's any category on Jeopardy or in life where I know like two things. I either know fucking nothing or I know way too much about it.
But I mean, to the Bieber point and Britney Spears, I think it comes back to you have to really go through some shit to make people think you're older.
Yes.
Maybe that's why everybody thinks that I'm 14, because I really haven't been through anything in my life.
Yeah, people went from calling me really young to like calling me old very quickly, and I think it's because they became sick of my shit.
That's probably true. That's a
They
good
were
bet.
like, "Oh, well, don't worry, you're just the young guy, blah blah." And they were like, "Well."
Are people sick of Justin Bieber shit? I think they were sick of it a while ago.
No, people were sick of Bieber's shit in fall of 2013.
Okay.
That was when he was getting in car accidents. That was
So
when
he was spitting on people?
Yeah, he was spitting on people. He was whizzing
Pissing in mop buckets, which is fine by me.
So the headline on People, Justin Bieber shows off his massive new torso tattoo, and fans are going crazy.
Oh, God. Did you know that I have People magazine blocked on Twitter?
Why?
I blocked them after they posted an article about Lena Dunham's period.
Oh, what was the news?
Didn't read it. Didn't care. Have no interest in Lena Dunham's period.
It was Lena Dunham had her period, and fans are going crazy.
Probably. And Jack Antonoff.
Ugh. Fuck it, yeah.
Did a remix.
There's a great joke that I'm not going to make. Justin Bieber has used some of the time off from his, and then hyperlinked, canceled Purpose World Tour to get some new ink. And the Beliebers are going crazy. Really could switch up the adjectives there.
Digging in and going crazy.
The 23-year-old Love Yourself singer, that's such a fucking New York Times thing to do. Instead, there are so many different ways
you don't have to explain who Justin Bieber is to anybody.
Right,
basically.
I mean, you don't want to keep saying Bieber all the time, but they when they do the blank singer, I'm always interested in which song they choose.
Yeah, that is an interesting one. You would think like it would be Sorry or... What would you put?
I would make it one off Purpose. I would go with something more recent. Love Yourself is a fair choice, but Sorry. What Do You Mean would be a good one. What Do You Mean actually on Purpose, or is it just on the...
I think it's on the
Diplo Skrillex.
Yeah,
what are they called? Jack U.
Yeah, but you know what they would have to. You know what they would have to do is if they put the "What Do You Mean" singer, they'd have to put that fucking thing over the U.
Yeah. What is that? Is that an umlaut?
Sure.
The double dots?
Yeah,
I believe so.
They'd have to do that. That's way too much commitment. So they
I
just
agree.
went with Love Yourself.
The 23-year-old Love Yourself singer shocked fans on Saturday when he showed off his massive new tattoo on hyperlinked Instagram in a selfie and a video. This is my favorite part. The new ink is the work of Keith Bang Bang McCurdy, a New York City-based tattoo artist who frequently does work on celebrities. Promo code brunch. Bang Bang is a terrific nickname for
A bad tattoo
for
artist.
like someone who kind of he didn't do the tattoo badly.
Yeah, I mean, it was
he
just
did
a bad
the bad tattoo correctly.
yes, that is a good point. I saw some people like directing a little bit of hate towards the tattoo artist.
So,
that's unfair.
Yeah, I liked. So when you were like, "Yo, check Bieber's Instagram. Got a new tattoo. It's awful." Instagram was being slow, so I just searched Bieber on Twitter, and the Biebers. I hate that. I would rather say Bieber stands than Belieber, but
go for it.
The Bieber stands were even for such supportive people. They were like their patience was really tested. There was one person who had Bieber in their as their Avi, and some sort of Bieber related name like Purpose, fucking 5 Super Bowl champions or whatever, and it was like. When you see Bieber's new tattoo and remind yourself that at least he's happy, ? And it was like a kind of, it wasn't the little girl making the like face, but it was something to that.
Okay, I saw one with Stephen Yen from The Walking Dead, formerly of The Walking Dead
before he died twice.
No spoilers, but he died twice. I saw one with him and was like, oh, if it makes you happy.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Like the shrugging.
Yeah,
yeah. It's like, that's pretty good. That's generally how I feel about tattoos. Is like if you want to go for a bad tattoo and it makes you happy, good on you. But not great. Bieber's tattoo for sure is a piece of shit. It's a disaster.
Yeah. That actually reminds me. I didn't mind his previous chest tattoos. He has a lion on one pec and a bear on another.
New,
those are fucking cool. Yeah, he had 3. He had lion, bear, and then he had a fucking eagle. And the eagle on its own was okay. I hate eagle tattoos on the chest. Like sometimes girls will get them
the belly button. He did like the Thug Life, but replaced Thug Life with tattoo.
An eagle, yeah.
With a eagle. Like, but underneath it says I think it says Purpose.
He does have a Purpose tattoo, yeah. It's the whole thing, though. It's just way too much black ink on
it's very dark.
Abs.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
That's a stupid move because now you're not
I'll
gonna be able
do that, right.
You can't see his abs anymore.
Get fat.
And that's the most shocking thing
very
about
slimming.
This is that very slimming. That's the most shocking thing about this tattoo is that it's going to block his abs, and nobody loves showing off their abs more than Justin Bieber.
I know. Now you'll never get laid, he says in the Love Actually judgmental lady voice. Yeah, now no one can see your abs. Who's going to love you, Justin?
Good thing he can love himself.
That's right. People forget he's the 23-year-old Love Yourself singer. So it's I don't know though. I've always liked his sleeves. I've thought that his tattoo game was fairly good. When he went bleach blonde, I thought that was cool because
it completed the look.
Yeah, it was. I felt like he kind of had to go through that kind of phase, partially for the sake of hot tub affecting himself, and also because when you have tattoos on your arms, you need to occasionally mix in one more kind of strung out thing, whether it's your hair's shitty or you just look unkempt, but
I still remember when Bieber got his first tattoo, which was like the smallest tattoo.
It was like
a swallow?
Yeah.
I think it was a swallow. It was like fucking tiny.
Yeah.
Probably took 45 seconds to do.
I was going to say, if you said minutes, I was going to say you're
45 seconds to do, and he was probably like, should I do this? Should I get marked up?
Yeah.
And people freaked out when he got that tiny ass tattoo. And now the kid just like covered his entire torso in black ink, and everybody's like, well, good for him, I guess.
A little pro tip. One of my friends told me this. One of his friends was thinking of getting a tattoo, and she, as it was getting closer and closer to it, she wanted it to be smaller and smaller and smaller and something less significant. And eventually she just settled on, I think, like she got a tattoo of like an ant
on
her hand. And like right away she was like, Well, that's ridiculous. So she just got it removed right away.
Really?
Yeah. So
Jesus.
if you're gonna get a tattoo, do a real one.
Be sold on it.
Yeah, you're not.
Do
Do
you think that? I think that's a big part of why Bieber did this whole huge piece is because he got all those other tattoos on his torso, and then he just like didn't end up liking the way it looked, and he was just like, all right, let's just do this whole thing over again.
I thought that looked good though.
But he kept adding to it like piece by piece. So he added the lion. I think he had the bear first. Then he added the lion. Then he added the eagle, and he added all these things separately, and then just basically just got them all covered up. So that tells me that he wasn't planning on doing this huge piece.
Yeah,
because like if you were planning on doing this whole thing, you do it all together so it looks like symmetrical and like goes well and has fucking has like it has. It looks pre-planned. This doesn't.
He has the tattoo equivalent of a writer's piece of paper that he ripped out of the typewriter, crumpled up, and missed the trash basket.
Yes.
Like, he was deep into the idea, and then he's got, in a fit of rage, just fucking had terrible accuracy and just missed the trash basket, except that's on his chest now.
Forever.
It's quite, I was waiting to see if you would do that. I hate when people do that. So one of my friends did that when I got my tattoo. She was like, it's going to be there forever. And I was like, I bet it fucking won't be. Just get rid of it whenever I want.
Yeah, but it's
like a kid.
You can get rid of something like that. You can get rid of a one-off piece on your body. You can't get rid of an entire torso tattoo. That is there forever.
Aaron Carter got rid of all of his tattoos. And he's since, I think, gotten tattoos again. Because he got rid of the tattoos because he no longer believed in tattoos. And then probably within 2 or 3 days,
then he crumpled up the paper and threw it at the trash bin and missed and was like, okay, tattoos again.
Yes, exactly. Fucking Aaron Carter.
Hard restart.
Yes. So unsolicited, you gave me a workout plan the other day.
That's not true.
It's the truest.
That's not true. Unsolicited is very misleading. I told you that I was on a new workout plan, and you said, I need to get on that.
That's like saying, no, yeah, so it would be like if unsolicited, someone were to be like, oh, I have this single friend, and she's really great. That's throwing something on you.
No, it's not. I never was like, hey, do you want this workout plan?
You just brought up, hey, man.
Because I was excited about the workout plan that I was on, and I wanted to share it with somebody.
So you were telling me about your day?
Yes.
Is that's going to be the excuse here?
Yes.
You were telling me about, oh, man, hey, you'll never guess what I did today. I work out every day, but hey, guess what? Today I worked out. It's this really great thing. You got to do it.
I never said you got to do it.
I know you didn't ask for. No, I'm kidding. I was quite excited when unsolicited gave it to me.
I thought to myself, I was like, I'm very excited about this new workout plan. I'm feeling great.
Got to tell
Who's
someone.
a neurotic other person that would share my excitement with like a new thing that I'm excited about? Deej.
So you said, I'm on this great new workout plan, and I responded, cut the crap, Pete. Just send it to me.
Essentially. And I did.
Actually, no, when you said, I'm on this new workout plan, you said exactly that. I feel great. It's really cool.
3 days a week?
3 days a week.
1
just
hour?
Like 1 hard hour, and that's it. And I'm feeling fantastic, and it's not a ton of weight. You sold it extremely well.
Well, that's because
there was no way I wasn't going to ask for it after.
So, you're sort of right here, okay? So...
I have this great single friend, and she seems like she would hate you. So you said everything that I wanted to hear.
It would be a good workout plan for you.
Yeah.
And I gave it to you. I tried to explain it the best that I could.
Yep.
How was I?
Very good.
Okay.
I have only asked follow-up questions once.
Yes.
I've yet to start it. I was going to start it this morning, but I stayed in Maine yesterday, and I didn't get back in time. So today I'm going to start it. Here's the thing, though. I work later on tonight. And now this is in the moment of truth where I might just drink a couple of cups of coffee, give myself a stomach ache, and then
skip the gym.
Can't work out.
Well,
do you do shit like that?
No, I don't intentionally sabotage my own workouts.
I intentionally sabotage most things in my life.
That's true. Very self-destructive.
Yes.
But why would you start on a Sunday when the plan specifically outlines Monday, Wednesday, Friday?
Because I can't remember if I'm working on Monday, and I don't want to check. No, I'll tell you why. because I have plans on Wednesday seeing a pal named T-Pain. Ever heard of him?
Ooh.
And
Is that the acoustic concert?
yes,
Yeah,
it's
baby.
gonna be. Yeah, it was great. I was I was talking to Jim Murray about Bruno Mars because he was thinking of going. I was on the fence, and I was like, you know what? Probably I'm not going to spend the money. And when I don't spend the money on Bruno Mars, I'll feel better about spending fucking $150 on StubHub for T-Pain. And he was like, "Oh, you want a T-Pain ticket?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Hold on a second." And then he texted me, and he was like, "Okay, you're good."
That's unbelievable.
And he's going. So I'm now. It's like I was complaining about, man, I don't have these tickets to drag one of my friends who's probably not going to fucking want to go, and they're going to be pissed at me the whole time, and I'm going to be fucking telling them fun tips about T-Pain songs, versus now I get to go to an awesome concert with Jim Murray. That's the most fun in the world.
That just really worked out in your favor, huh?
Worked out.
Oh, hey.
Little Jim talk.
I loved the... Jesus. I loved your question. One of your first questions when I gave you the workout plan was, so what am I supposed to do between sets? Because that's always been a struggle of mine.
I've been meaning to ask you that forever. I've had people complain to the gym manager about my behavior between sets.
What?
Yes, I can't believe I've not brought that up to you. That's what, either on the podcast or in person. That's crazy. So between sets, so say at the gym.
Yes.
Hypothetically. For all you know, I'm at the gym. And say I'm like benching. I'll fucking do my rep.
Yeah? One rep?
Yep. I'll do my max of the bar.
This is like me trying to talk technically about music.
Yeah. You
Like,
do a little bit. I
the
like
beat.
the verse.
Yes. Sick beat.
Yes.
One sick beat.
Well, that's what Taylor Swift does. She
Yeah, I
talks
know.
technically about music. She says you could be listening to this sick beat, and everyone's like, nerd alert. Yeah, they're like, we get it. You were in chorus, Taylor. I'll do my fucking thing, and then I'll just sit there and I'll listen to. I generally do like a verse and a chorus of whatever song I'm listening to.
Okay.
And then I'll get back to it, or I'll
Quit and go home.
yeah, or I'll hit the sauna, sweat it off that way, then go home.
Yeah. So what are people complaining about?
I was sitting there on the bench, and I was just on my phone. I checked Twitter, whatever. I texted you like, "Hey, at the gym," something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And a guy told the manager like, "Hey, that guy's playing on his phone when we're all trying to work out." And I go to a gym that, I should say this: I go to a gym that's well attended. I go there when it's not well attended.
Okay.
I find the times to make it DJ's
That makes sense.
house.
That's like the worst thing in the world. That person should get kicked out of
So
the gym.
I was pretty sure I wasn't doing anything. And the
No.
manager told me, because I'm friends with the manager, he was like, "Hey, just a heads up, some guy complained about what you do between sets."
That's fucking
And I was
ridiculous.
like, do I fucking sleepwalk or something? And
I go to the gym, and there are times when I literally just like catch myself being on my phone for like 12 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Straight, and I'm like, whoa, fuck.
well,
I
in
should
all
do
honesty,
something.
that's probably what was happening. I was like just knocking out a quick episode of Narcos, and that guy.
But if it's not crazy packed and there's like not a line, a noticeable line,
There was also
forming,
another bench that was
Free?
unused next to it. Yeah.
So that's a fucking psychopath move.
I think that guy probably.
You
know
should
what?
be able to fight that guy.
He probably noticed who I was, and he was probably like, "This guy probably has a free membership," which, not to brag, I do.
You do.
And he was like, "This guy thinks his shit doesn't stink. This fucking punk. I'm gonna fucking blow up his spot."
So now, like, are you self-conscious about being on your phone between sets?
Yeah, I try to not look at it too long, and instead I just do this fucking thing. I told you it's like a 60-goal scorer when a scrum's happening in hockey. I just kind of walk around with a concerned look on my face, just a little pissed off and like, oh, don't make me fight one of you guys. And then I get back to it. Like I refill my water bottle even though all
It's
I did was
already
take
full.
a sip. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I do? I warm that up for me.
Ooh.
You know
okay.
when they say, "Hey, can I warm up that coffee for
Yeah,
you?"
yeah.
They give you a little more.
Yeah. Like the going on your phone is the most normal thing that you can do between sets.
Yeah.
Like if I couldn't do that, I would get complaints from everybody else because I would just be fucking so confused as to what I'm supposed to be doing. I would do some weird shit.
I'm going to find
to
out
act normal.
when that guy goes there, and I'm going to make sure that we're in the same areas of the gym at the same time, and he sees me doing the most ridiculous shit in the world. I'll bring a book one time, just like knock out a quick chapter, just do a lot of in Chappelle's show when it's like, really, for making the band, when it's like, really, just gonna do your taxes, over there, and the guy's wearing the fucking hat and he's got the calculator, like looking at his finger, punching, just do shit like that.
You know what you should do is you should go and you should bring a chessboard and those like
with the
those
little
clock things,
yes,
and set it up on like one of the benches next to the one that you're actually working on. Do a set, play some chess with yourself, slap that little clock thing, move over to the other side, play against yourself, slap the clock thing, and then just say, look at the guy and be like, like 2 more sets.
Yeah.
Just go back to it.
I'm going to fucking bring an instrument, and the guy will be like, look, man, I hate to fucking complain. That dude's over there practicing his scales. He's not even playing songs. He's just fucking practicing scales.
That'd be a great move. I like that. So we're gym guys now.
Yes, yeah, you're a gym guy now. It's good that this podcast got you into the gym. How many days a week do you go to the gym? I mean, you're on this fantastic
Now
new
3.
program. 3?
Previously, like 4 to 5.
That's awesome. What do you do at the other time? You should play 2K.
I am.
Really? Are you playing 2K? 2K is so awesome.
It's great. It's very frustrating.
Did I tell you what happened to me with 2K the other day at work?
No.
It was horrible. So, I've not divulged, I guess, who my idols in my field are, but
Jayson Tatum.
My biggest idol is Jayson Tatum. I want to be as good at anything as Jayson Tatum is. Also, I've got to say, Jayson Tatum has worked out perfectly so far. Obviously there have been some low points. His first shot got blocked, shit like that, blocked by LeBron, and it was like a get the fuck out of my face kid block. But he's obviously scored a lot. A big issue for the Celtics this year has been free throws, and he's just been perfect. So whenever anyone complains, they're like, someone gonna teach the Celtics how to shoot some free throws? I just send them screen grabs of Jayson Tatum's lines, and I'm like,
you should send them fucking screen grabs of Markelle Fultz taking free throws because that guy.
I actually did a what's his name, a Craig Ferguson, Britney Spears move with Markelle Fultz the other night.
Stop making fun of him.
Yeah, I made a conscious decision going into the game, like I'm gonna stop picking on Markelle Fultz. I
love it
because his career just started. And everybody, it's the fucking first scene of 8 Mile, where really quick it went from, hey, what's going on with this guy, to he's choking. And then I feel like once everyone yells he's choking, it's fucking over.
You started the whole he's choking movement by saying, like, Markelle Fultz sucks, Jayson Tatum better.
Well, I don't know if you saw, but Jayson Tatum is definitely better than Markelle Fultz.
I did see. But you started this way before you even knew who Jayson Tatum was.
For sure, yeah. A lot of my basketball stan friends, in all seriousness, like I've asked them, like, so for real, if you could do the draft over, would you take Tatum 1 over Fultz? And
I said yeah.
People are like, yeah, there's way too many questions about Fultz now. He's not fucking healthy. A guy went after us, by the way. You tweeted a great picture of you had a couple of good Joel Embiid gifs. Yeah. You had a gif of him at the free throw line making a face of like, ugh, fuck. He was very quizzical, and you tweeted when you remember your team had the top pick and took Markelle Fultz instead of Tatum. And someone responded, would Tatum even start for the Sixers? Which is hilarious because Fultz has not started for the Sixers.
Right. Yeah. So, like, what point
joke's
are you trying to
on
make
you
there?
And Tatum is starting on the Celtics, who are way fucking better. So, but I'm actually not making mean jokes about. I'm making ridiculous jokes about Fultz, but I'm no longer.
But now they're turning into truths.
Because if you search Markelle Fultz, it's a lot of fucking SB Nation pieces about like Markelle Fultz's free throw form is gross and everyone hates him. And those are presented, by the way. So, like, you'll see an SB Nation writer tweet out, like, I wrote about free throw form in the ever-changing NBA. And you click on it, and it's that same fucking story that says Markelle Fultz's free throw form is gross and everybody hates him.
So it's presented like a think piece, and it's like, Markelle Fultz stinks, boo.
Does that ever happen to you when, so there'll be, like, say it's Rolling Stone, for example, and they'll tweet Taylor Swift's 20 best songs, and then a week later, and you'll see it, you'll read it, and then a week later, it will be like, here's a fun little fact about Shake It Off you didn't know. Or like, there may be more about Shake It Off. Yeah, exactly. And they basically kind of give it a new headline. You click on it, and you're like, this is that same fucking
read
shit.
this shit a week ago.
Yeah. Oh, man. Do you do the sauna after you work out, by the way?
Very, very rarely. If I'm feeling like treat yourself day,
okay,
I'll do the sauna and steam room.
Isn't it bad? It's bad for muscles for building muscle to do that. I would assume.
I don't know.
I would think, right? Because you're trying to rip shit and then you just fucking
sweat it all out.
You make yourself lean or whatever.
Yeah, I usually, my sauna is usually limited to when I've had a really tough weekend.
Yeah.
And I just want to sweat out the toxins.
Yeah. I'm probably going to hit the sauna when I go to the gym today. A good thing I also like about the sauna is... so not to brag, I've never had an issue with skin. Never had bad skin before.
Yeah.
And if I ever feel like a little wrinkly, a little bumpy or whatever, I'm like, I need to fucking sweat to the absolute max.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Clear all that shit out.
My least favorite part about the sauna is the old balls.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of old, gross balls.
But again, it's the Kate Winslet thing. You get to see, like, how a ball's going to look later on.
Oh, no. The old balls are like Medusa.
You know how they're going to
You don't look them in the eyes.
Do you not look Medusa in the eyes?
I think so.
Wouldn't it be you don't look at her hair?
Yeah, I think whatever.
You can't look away from her hair.
You don't look in the snake eyes.
If someone's got fucking snakes for hair.
It's something that, like, if you look at Medusa, you die.
Is it problematic if you look at Medusa's hair? People are like, excuse me. Yes, she has snakes for hair. Don't stare at her.
Well, I mean, you can't because you die.
I feel like if you're in any situation with someone with snakes, let alone snake hair, you're probably going to die anyway.
Well, that's really not fair. If you have snakes in your hair and you're not allowed to look at them, like you have to. That's even tougher than like a lot of cleavage, and you have to look somebody in the eyes.
Yeah,
you have to look somebody in the eyes, but they got shit going above them, and they're moving and shit. That's mean.
Yeah,
don't do that.
Remember the fucking
don't put snakes in your hair.
Remember the kid thing of like, don't look at this person's cleavage, and like your brain would actively focus on it before like you knew how to just like glance.
Yes.
And you have a conversation, always make eye contact with somebody, but like you're still looking at their cleavage the entire time. But when you're younger, you're like, I got to get a second where I can look at this.
Well, like when you're young, it's really like a staring contest. Like you can't even blink because you know that if you blink, you're breaking and you're going to the boobs.
Yeah,
it's being a kid is man. It's a tough experience.
Yeah,
random boners.
Yeah,
the worst.
Yeah, but
girls have a tough time throughout life with like bleeding once a month and having to push humans out of their private areas,
having to deal with men.
But girls will never understand the how problematic it is to just randomly get a boner in the middle of middle school or in high school.
So I feel like this represents me well. I never had a major issue. Like, I never freaked out about the random boners because I just knew they fucking happen. They're happening to all of these bozos, whatever. Like, I'm proving once and for all that I have a penis. So, whatever. I win. But what I would hate was we've talked about this, the pants tent.
Yep.
When you sit down and your pants would go up.
So you were worried, like, when you didn't have a boner, people would think you had a boner.
The only thing that sets me off is when someone accuses me of doing something I didn't do, and then they don't believe me when I tell them, hey, I didn't fucking do that. Like, the angriest I ever got.
So you would rather have a boner and get caught for having a boner?
I would rather someone be like, hey, boner much? And I'd be like, huh,
that's more embarrassing.
Changes.
That's more embarrassing for you to not have a boner and people think that you have a boner than to actually have one and then get caught.
Well, because of honestly,
that's wild.
I just don't like if it's same with if someone's like, hey, do you have like a fucking do you have a birthmark on your face or whatever or something like that? And I'm like, no, and they're like, yeah, you do. That's a bad example because people can see your face.
I know.
But
literally my biggest fear in high school was like just popping a boner and like a random NARB, no apparent reason boner.
Oh yes, I remember that. Yeah,
no apparent reason boner and like getting called up to like the front of the class or something.
Oh yeah, see that never happened.
I don't think it ever happened to me, but like it was a giant fear of mine. Or like catching one at the end of class with like 30 seconds left, and then the bell rings, and you have to fucking get up. And
maybe that's why
I'm gonna sit this one out.
Maybe that's why I was never worried about that, because I never got called up to go in front of the class because callback humor. People were sick of my shit. They didn't need any more of me. I was fucking raising my hand. I was answering every question.
Me.
I was asking the teacher more questions. I was cracking jokes. I asked a lot of questions for a kid that didn't get good grades for kind of a lot of my upbringing.
I was I wasn't really like a question guy, but I was a for sure raise your hand and answer this guy.
Yeah.
I was annoying.
I remember there was in middle school, there was a girl who liked to read
I
out
love
loud
to
a lot.
read to the class.
And I would like her and I, we had such a fucking rivalry. We never talked to each other. We never acknowledged it. And I was like,
but like once
this
it was
girl
like an
thinks
out
that
loud
she's
reading
hot
thing?
shit because she can read out loud. I am going to fucking torch her. I can read so much better than her.
soon
And
as
I
the-
fucking could.
As soon as the words like read out loud to the class were mumbled, like there was like the Wild West theme.
Yeah.
And it's like fucking you
I'm
guys
fucking spraying ombre right in this girl's face.
You guys fucking jiggling your fingers over the holster.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I also really liked. I like anyway. I haven't done it in a while, but I like reading plays. So when we would read plays,
where you get roles.
Yeah. So I always wanted to be involved in that. And
That was the best. That was the best kind of reading aloud exercise in the class.
Oh, yeah.
You had like an actual role.
And there was always a fucking kid who like. It would get to her turn and she fucking zoned out and missed it. It's like, we had a fucking flow here, man.
Just fucking sucks at reading. And
Yeah.
you're like, come on, we got a fucking production going here.
Yeah, yeah.
Pick it up, Janice.
I would get so fucking pissed. And because I'm like, we're professionals here.
Right.
Like, you were cast for this. You know, like, I would have picked up an extra role if I knew you were going to fuck this
fucking
up.
nap, Janice. Get on your game.
Oh, God, yeah, that was annoying. But, yeah, I always, I generally liked reading and participating in shit like that.
Same.
Yeah.
Speaking of boners, I saw a movie preview this week, and I texted you this, and you came up with a new segment idea.
Oh, yeah, well, how did this come up?
I said, you know who doesn't get enough love?
You said, hey, you ought to start working out. Here's...
I said, you know who doesn't get enough love?
Oh, right.
And it's very, very true that this person doesn't get enough love. And you said, I agree. Let's start a segment in which once a week we pick something that we think is underrated.
Yeah.
And we call it a little more. You said like a kitten. I don't know if that was a typo. Like a kitten love for.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, and I think you just
No
meant
kitten
a
love
little
for me.
love for a little love for blank.
Yeah.
So this week, I would like to show a little love for Jessica Chastain.
Oh yeah, and the way you worded it was great. You said, "Know who's the hottest and doesn't get enough credit for being the hottest." Jessica Chastain, definitely.
She is for sure the hottest.
Yeah.
I'm a big redhead guy.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that anybody who isn't into redheads or like because when you're younger, I think redheads are like the girl.
Yeah.
She's a redhead, and
Yeah.
it's like an easy target to make fun of. Then it's like wine. You grow up and you acquire
And you
a taste.
you
for
like the
redheads.
reds. Yeah.
Yes, I
You
do.
prefer
I
which
prefer
is funny.
the reds.
I prefer reds to whites. So
Oh, no, okay, yeah,
I like redheaded people more than I like other white people. Is what I'm saying.
yeah. That's a good way of putting it. You know who else counts as a redhead? Christina Hendricks.
Oh yeah.
I'm not totally in on Christina Hendricks.
Oh god, she's such a throwback.
She is. She's a throwback, but like, I don't know if it just like it bothers me that how much she's used for just her boobs.
Well, so I wouldn't say she's used for just her boobs. She's used for her
Sex appeal.
throwback, like she's a very, very curvy woman, you know?
yeah.
So she's always shot, like they always shoot to kind of accentuate her hip area, you know, and
But I feel like
she always wears those fucking, what are those dresses called? They're
the hourglass dresses, basically.
Yeah, right. They're not what's it called? They're not what's my girl's name? The one who looks great in a dress. Shit, I never can remember her name.
Shit, she's a redhead too.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Joanne?
Julianne Moore.
Julianne Moore. Well, I can never remember her name. But so Julianne Moore, not like a Julianne Moore dress. Christina Hendricks wears like a
cocktail
va-va-voom dress.
Like a cocktail dress.
Yeah, but cocktail dresses, Cocktail dresses, I think, are even tighter. This is one. It's tight. It's kind of form fitting, but it's not. It's not quite a Robin Wright dress.
Okay, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Robin Wright is like, yeah, can you even breathe?
Robin Wright
you gonna-
dresses are
like she looks like if she takes a step, it's gonna just rip.
You want to get
Fall
someone
off her.
hot and bothered? Talk to a straight woman about Robin Wright.
Oh yeah,
They lose their shit. They're like,
Understandably.
oh my god, and they're like those dresses. They always say, if I can wear dresses like that at her age, I'll be very, very happy.
Okay.
And I say, well, you're not going to get to her age because we're going to probably all die within the next 5 years because the grid is vulnerable to solar flares and to even squirrels. Squirrels could actually
Take
do
down the
it.
grid?
Squirrels could take down the grid.
it's frightening.
I rank them low on my list of concerns, but solar flares, my biggest concern with that is an EMP, electromagnetic pulse. That's where I
fancy.
think it's going. I think that's probably coming from North Korea, and it's a good thing. Fucking Trump and all these idiots keep defunding all of these programs that could re-engineer the grid and protect us. That is, again, I'll say it for the millionth time, that is the non-cup wearing groin of the United States of America. Thank you.
I feel better about the grid going down now that I know that my love for Jessica Chastain is out there. So
Yes. Who else would you like to give a little more love to? I banged out a quick list.
okay, let's get it.
I would like to give a little more love to I have a long list. I don't know which one I should choose. I'll say this because I tease a little bit on Twitter. I'm going to give a little more love to the song To Be With You by Mr. Big. I think that everyone kind of takes it as like oh yeah, whatever, fucking ballad, 90s, yeah, nostalgic. That song is so good. I've been listening to that song a lot.
I can tell because you just randomly threw a tweet out there this week. Who
But
just
no, but
name dropped it.
But I started listening to it after I did that tweet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was just a random example. And then I looked up because people started tweeting. They were like, "Yo, you should." I made a joke that because someone said if the episodes are going to be a little shorter, can you do a post episode like live video? And I said yes, but it's always going to be us performing Mr. Big's To Be With You. And someone was like, do it in the original key. So I was like, I'm going to listen to the song to see if it could ever be possible to be done in the original key. That song is so fucking high. And then I was listening to it and I was like, man, this is a fucking great vocal performance. I have a couple bones to pick with it, but they're fucking few and far between. That's a really good song. It's fucking well arranged.
On the next
Oh.
Listen to Brunch.
Oh my god, seriously, it's so great. But another one I want to give because you brought this up. You said if it makes you happy. I've been meaning to put that song on the playlist forever. If It Makes You Happy by Sheryl Crow, that song is fucking great. That is
really
the
good song.
number one Sheryl Crow song. Okay. Number one for me.
Jesus, what is that?
Number one solamente. If it makes you happy. If it makes too happy. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Speaking of on the next Listen Brunch, we have a movie review coming out tomorrow.
Oh my god, yeah. I came in when we were going to do this. I was like, is it unfair to the world to not just do fucking like multiple episodes about how bad The Snowman is? We should have Randy watch The Snowman.
We should have Randy watch this.
I think Randy saw Happy Death Day, by the way.
Oh, did he?
So maybe we could do a little second episode about that.
Well, Friday. Does Stranger Things come out on Friday?
Stranger Things comes out on Friday, but Thursday fucking Jigsaw comes out, and I'm seeing that.
As soon as possible.
Honestly, I am fucking lining up to see that.
Camping out the night before.
Yeah, apparently, by the way, my brother-in-law was like, I didn't know my brother-in-law was a Jigsaw guy.
Oh.
So,
he fucking runs in the family.
yeah, he was like, yeah, I'm excited to see it. The only issue is, apparently, it's like you need to rewatch the other ones before it because there's like a lot of fucking callbacks and references.
It's a big problem for you.
And I was like, well, guess what? And he was like, you recently watched all of the Saw movies. And I said, yes.
So tomorrow, a review of The Snowman, which, spoiler alert, is fucking horrible.
Here's the
So
thing.
gonna be a
It's
good
not
time.
even going to be scathing because we're just going to be... So right now we're sitting up as we're doing this. Our posture is going to be really shitty as we do it because it's going to be... Ugh. Fuck, that movie blows. Another thing I want to give a little more love to, by the way, the movie Frank with Michael Fassbender. Because that's a great movie with Michael Fassbender. The thing about Michael Fassbender, I don't really know why we're all supposed to like him.
I don't.
But
either.
whenever he's in something, everyone's like, "Ooh, Michael Fassbender."
I think it's just his name. People like saying, "Ooh, Michael Fassbender movie."
I think so. Actually, part of my take was talking about this.
I feel the same way about Alexander Skarsgård. It's like I don't.
Well,
fucking
it
care
sounds
about
like
that guy.
Peter Sarsgaard, who's another one of those guys. Where like, what's Peter Sarsgaard that makes him such hot shit? He's in Shattered Glass, which is a great movie. Let's give a little more love to that. Have you seen that?
I don't think so.
It's about Stephen Glass. You know who Stephen Glass is?
Yes.
Yeah, that guy. That guy had some fucking fun. He was if he were on Twitter, his bio would be staff writer for the New Republic, storyteller, and everyone would say, "Oh, we should have known," because a lot of times journalists put storyteller in their bio to make them seem like, ooh.
I want to give a little more love to CLNS Radio.
Nice.
Down the app. We're on there. Play DraftKings using promo code brunch.